Crush your existence, I admire. Keep smiling, optimism, keep it sane. Keep your face inside my brain just to fight away the pain. And you can't enjoy the sun if you ain't got a little rain. I'm lost without my baby like my name was Lil Wayne. Damn. But to stunt your fascination, the subject of the song lingers in imagination. Now I'm playing, I let this letter burn, and I penned it for whatever or whomever it concerns. For whoever it concerns.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to season 2 of the Slandering Table. Give it up for yourselves.
Yeah, nigga.
Yeah.
Y'all not gonna clap?
Yeah. Y'all not gonna clap for the heavyweight
your hands are
champ?
like this, though.
I mean, I don't need to clap.
Oh.
Yeah, in my mind.
All right, maybe we got some cold feet here. Maybe we have a little nervous Nelly over here. Jada, she's new to the podcast. This is Jada, by the way.
Well, let her introduce herself.
Jada no waiter.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Jada no Jade.
Hey y'all,
That's it?
my name is Jada.
Okay.
I'm happy to be here.
All right.
Jada's an old friend of mine. You know what I mean? We go back to the sandbox, right?
Way back.
Yeah, way back. To Cubbies
And this is my cousin.
Cubbies and Naps.
Yeah.
That's what they got green
Yeah,
on.
we're cousins.
And then of course this
News to him.
lovely young lady with the
You didn't call Jada lovely.
she's very lovely. It goes without saying.
Thank you, cousin.
Asia,
But
Not my
you
bad.
have to say it because people don't know.
this young lady, you might have seen her before if you've watched the podcast before. She's our most tenured guest. This is number 3. Her visit here on the podcast. She basically owns the podcast at this point.
I do.
Own?
Give it up for yourself. Introduce yourself. Say something. What do you got to say?
We're the guests on this episode.
Hi, my name is Asia. As you guys probably all know, I've hosted the best,
All right.
episodes of this podcast.
Take it
That's
easy,
crazy.
take it
Yeah,
easy.
let's
Yeah.
calm down.
Let's reel it in.
'Cause- Yeah. Let's
I hosted the best.
This might be
But-
one of the best. I don't know.
Okay.
The views go up when Asia come through.
I
right?
think we need to start off this podcast just with an apology.
Ooh.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Let's
Raggy?
Let's see what she's talking about.
I know that this is, season 2. This is a rebrand. And I know that the men in the room want to apologize for the fat or pregnant episode.
Are you apologizing, or you're telling us to
Yeah.
apologize on our own podcast?
Mm-hmm.
So let me start off by saying I'm Malik.
This is Malik. Yes.
How
And
y'all
that's,
doing?
That's Coffee Beatty.
This is Keisha.
I'm so
This is-
confused.
And
on
I'm
what-
Jedi
yeah,
Jet
yeah.
Yeah, we're just introducing ourselves.
Perry,
We're continuing
hands
with
on
the
me.
episode. Fucking apology.
Not fucking apology.
Fucking apology.
Okay, the reason I came back here was
Well-
because this was a rebrand. If that was the spirit, would
Listen,
not be here.
we're not getting told to
not be
apologize on
here.
our podcast for something that
What-
we ain't sorry about.
The
That's-
cameras
that's
start rolling.
unsincere.
Our podcast,
On our podcast.
our podcast.
We've done this
And
before.
you know what's funny?
We've
Because
done this before.
every time I come on this podcast, it's like, this is our podcast. Anything that I say that he doesn't have a valid answer to,
I just said it was
is,
yours.
"Oh,
We
but
just
this is
literally
our
gave you the
podcast."
reins.
We share it with you.
Yeah.
This is why you can't give niggas nothing.
Don't know how
Why
to
aren't
act.
you
For
sorry
real.
for that?
What is it to be sorry for?
Well, first off, that title is hilarious. Okay.
It's
If
not.
I didn't know who
What was the title? What episode was that?
fat or pregnant, I think that
Oh.
was episode 2
Okay.
or 3.
I had something to say about it, right? Should I be
We all did.
apologizing?
I never watched the episode, but somebody said that
So
it was
I-
on the page.
I
I had no idea.
You're coming with
Who
all of
said
this
that?
fire and you never
Here,
watched the
let me-
episode.
let me
It's
fact
all
check it.
hearsay.
I'm
So
gonna
what were we
fact check.
I
apologizing
never
for?
watched it.
What are we
So
apologizing
yeah,
for?
you don't even know what you're talking about.
What are we apologizing for?
You want us to apologize for the title of an episode? Blame this nigga.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's who you're.
To
all
be
the,
fair, I do title the episodes.
Okay.
that's all him.
All right.
Thank you.
Wait till
All
you see
right.
the title of episode 2.
So Asia's referring to episode 2, fat or pregnant, where we break down.
I think the words "fat" or "pregnant" had
the boys
they
talk
came out of my
working-
mouth though.
The boys talk working 9 to 5, the great chicken sandwich debate, and of course people from high school who've gotten fat or pregnant.
That was me. That was me.
you
So-
be all right.
So
I will apologize on behalf of saying.
hold on.
No, let me be. 2024 is all about growth, right? I will apologize.
Oh my gosh.
I will. I mean, the statement still holds true today. The women.
We left that in
Yeah.
season 1.
or episode 1, right? The women that I have dealt with in the past have either gotten bigger
Chill out.
or
Cook.
or
Chill
they
out.
have kids now.
No, chill out.
So that was what that
okay.
was. Yes,
Okay.
that's all.
All right.
I mean,
Thank you for
They are
the
mothers
truth
now,
may hurt,
and they've
but
just gained a
sometimes
little
it is
weight.
like.
I mean, I'm about 50 pounds heavier than I used to be, so
Well, listen,
No,
Asia.
please.
Anyway, yeah, you looked.
Listen.
Yeah, this is the greatest you've ever looked.
Yeah, listen, Asia.
He was about to say, yeah, he disagrees.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No.
Like, I
He's,
don't
you see,
disagree.
he
She
started.
is a
whale,
He's
but-
No,
Oh,
Asia,
whale.
you still, it's good.
started
That's all I'm gonna
beatboxing.
say. Yeah,
It's good.
I'm not gonna go
Yeah,
and indict
just
myself.
Okay.
there
But,
you go.
on camera, it's good weight. It's
I'll
good weight.
apologize for what I said. You apologize for the title episode, and we can move on.
I don't apologize.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
But like,
He's
you
standing
know,
on- yeah,
I still
standing on
respect
business.
you,
Business.
and I
Standing on
appreciate that
business.
you started the episode with a grievance that you had. But
She said, "Let me tell you."
I have no
about
need to
y'all
apologize. It was a topic we covered,
Okay.
you know. And I thought making it the title of you kind of got to clickbait a little bit.
Mm.
Making that the title of the episode.
Yeah.
It's funny. Episode 3 is called Doodoo Cakes. It's about him eating
Nobody-
ass. You know what I mean? I don't apologize for
All
that.
right, all right. Don't.
Maybe he should
Why are you
apologize
making
for
that
that.
face?
Oh, yuck mouth on the mic. He's using my microphone too, so
Are you?
maybe I should switch
We're,
that around.
yeah, never mind.
But anyways,
We're not. Yeah, go ahead.
before we get into what we wanted to talk about here, well, first off, we that is JP in the background, guys. You know, he missed the
Yeah.
last episode.
Who's that locked character in the video?
Yeah. It's a snowstorm outside, and these ladies trudged bravely up here
So brave.
to be a part of this episode. So I do appreciate that. I want to say it on camera. Obviously, I
Yeah, shout out to
said it
Jada.
off camera, but I do appreciate you guys coming.
So shout out.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Jada for driving herself, and Asia. Shout out to you for getting out of bed and coming.
Thank you.
Yeah. You
Mulan
didn't
is my
drive, but-
hero.
You know.
Mulan?
Mhm.
Mine too.
Who?
What?
Anyway, I don't know. Yeah,
love her.
it's not important.
It is very
It's
What's
not.
going on?
I don't know
bro?
who Milan is. Like the Disney character? Oh, okay.
Moving on.
Yeah,
Moving
okay.
on.
All right. Yeah.
Move on.
Y'all got it. Yeah.
Anyway,
You all right?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
The Mulan threw me off.
Yeah. Same.
Same.
Well, we were
All in
talking off.
confusion.
Yeah, we were talking
Who?
off air about Hellen Keller.
We don't need to bring that up.
No, I'm curious because
Okay.
I think it's interesting
Go ahead.
conversation. So I'm just learning here.
That was Jada's topic, by the way. So
I'm
Was it?
I'm just learning today
I
that
did not. Malik brought it up.
they were talking
feel
about
like
it
you
in
had-
recording.
yeah,
I
you
did
had-
not.
And I just
you were like, I feel like
elaborated
she's
that
not
she
a
was
real person.
fascist, a racist, and she wasn't born like that.
Yeah, apparently Hellen Keller was a racist and a fascist and
Yeah.
all this other stuff.
But she
But
wasn't.
I'm confused because she was
She was not born like that.
educate us.
She was born, normal, right? And then she got scarlet fever, and then that's what happened to her.
So she lost her
lost-
sight
And
and
ability to speak because she had scarlet fever.
I'm
fever.
killing myself
Yeah,
after
but I
that.
thought
but
that
she was able to
even-
get some racism in before she lost those things.
I mean, she was still she still was.
I
Hey,
lose all my senses. I'm out of
Was she
here.
saying like "fuck niggas"? Like what was she saying? Like how is she?
That is
Is
crazy.
she brailing it? I don't know. Like
Didn't she
I'm
write
trying-
books?
I've
Didn't she
never
write
read.
music.
I've never read a Hellen Keller book. If I'm being honest, she put the racism in her books.
Like she's a known racist.
She's over
bro.
there dying. You good, Asia? You can laugh on camera.
She's
It's
a known
okay.
racist. And she's fascist.
The braille.
Why did you do?
Well, they also don't think that she was a real person.
That's-
They don't
that,
think
yeah,
Jada,
that,
tell
that
us more.
imitation was crazy.
What?
Tell us more about how you don't think she's real.
It's just TikToks that I've seen. That's all. There's just conspiracy theories.
Why are you
that
talking
she's
like
not-
that?
That she's not real.
Yeah, she put that
I'm
voice.
a little,
on.
I'm a little
Yeah, when she-
nervous. I'm
Why
not
you
gonna lie, I'm
talking
a
with
little
the ass
nervous.
Yeah, when
voice?
she
I've
said
never,
that, I was like, yeah.
I've never been on a podcast before, so I'm a little nervous.
All right, do what
But,
you do.
um,
I've never been on
You get
camera.
used to it.
I've never
Yeah.
been on, really?
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, you do.
Okay.
You do. I used to shuck 3 years ago. Now I'm more.
Grounded.
Yeah, let him tell you that. We'll get him excited. He'll start.
Shuck?
Nothing.
Okay.
But
It doesn't mean anything. Yeah, don't listen to them.
yeah. Well, on to actual conversation. I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Nothing to say
Yeah,
about
like
Hellen
how-
Keller.
No, yeah,
doesn't.
I don't. I thought that she was blind and deaf since she was born, or at least since she
I
was
thought
a
that
baby.
too.
Yeah, I thought she was
Like-
born that way.
Born
Oh,
or
19 months? Okay.
like, oh, you looked it
Well,
up.
basically.
Yeah, so like,
don't remember
Say
anything
that
at
for the
19
microphone
months.
there, JP.
I wiki facted. It was 19 months that she got the illness. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So she became blind and deaf at 19 months old.
Yeah, I don't know what the illness.
Can we say a year and 7 months?
How did she
No,
develop? How did
she?
she have time to develop racism? That's like literally my
Yes, but
question.
once
And it
again,
was
though, you can
it was
teach
an
people
unknown
racism.
illness, though.
No, it says
Even when I'm
And at a
blind
very
and
young
deaf.
age, yeah.
historical biographies attribute the illness to rubella, scarlet fever.
Speaking to the mic, please.
Scarlet fever.
Oh, you can hear me?
Not really.
Oh.
Well, I'm assuming we won't be able to hear you. I don't have any headphones on.
Rubella, scarlet fever, encephalitis? I don't know.
Yeah,
And
syphilis.
meningitis. No.
Damn, she was all fucked
You
up.
can't even get that
No.
as a woman, can you?
And yeah,
Syphilis?
meningitis.
You can get that as a woman?
Syphilis?
Nigga,
Yeah,
yes.
it's an STD.
Yeah, we're gonna edit that
all right.
out for you.
Okay. All right.
That's
Anyway,
Yeah, how did she
No way you
become
asked that on
racist
camera.
All
or
right.
not?
I mean, I never had.
It's a STD.
I never had any, so yeah.
That's great.
I'm glad, but you don't need to have something to know of it.
I mean, my knowledge of
Have you ever
it,
had scurvy?
no.
Nigga, scurvy? Do people get scurvy anymore?
But you know what scurvy is.
I don't know what's
Because of
Yeah,
Billy
what's
and
scurvy?
Mandy.
Y'all don't know what scurvy is?
No.
Jesus Christ.
Anyways,
Refer to episode 2.
of what? Of our show? When did we
Yeah.
talk about scurvy?
No knowledge. Moving on.
I don't even know what
Being
that is.
knowledgeable.
That was rude. All you had to say was what scurvy was.
Oh, I see what he's saying. You want to just quickly tell us what scurvy is?
It's just a disease that used to happen to sailors and pirates back in the day. They would lose their teeth from
Yeah,
lack
you
of
get black
vitamin
gums and
C.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Alright.
orange juice is so important.
Oh, all right.
We slightly touched on this topic on the last episode
molten
with
teeth.
me, Kay, and Maalik. We started talking about the black community.
Oh,
And
jeez, oh, yeah, dear God.
I mean, we could dedicate a whole 2-hour session to this. Oh shit, I didn't start a timer.
Good job. Good job.
But
Continue talking.
we started talking about the black community, and there's a lot you could talk about. Obviously, there's a whole list of
Incorrect.
complaints and
Behaviors.
you know, criticisms you can have about the black community. But I will ask this one question, and I'll let you guys interpret it however you interpret it. Do you feel like the black community is lost?
Why y'all looking at us? Y'all can answer first.
Because
I
we've
don't-
kind of already answered on it
I
last
don't-
week, so
I don't
it's
know
like
what
they
lost
don't.
means.
Told
Like,
you,
It's
told
a little
you strap like you was
it's
doing
a little
earlier.
broad. So lost in regards to what?
I think just in general,
Just in general?
it's like, is this the weakest?
Are we the
So-
weakest race?
Yeah.
Well,
Listen,
Whoa.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Like, you know, let's.
That's how he interprets the question.
Okay.
I feel like there's like, so I feel like we have the most discourse between our men and women on the internet.
For sure.
I think that's like something we can all agree to publicly, public discourse.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
That's correct.
You know, the shiesties, like people wearing shiesties, and like I just feel, and like what we idolize and what we build up, you know, everybody's going to, you know, I mean, obviously we're influenced by art and culture,
Mhm.
but it seems like people can like the rappers that what they talk about, like, oh, I'm really out here, I'm really in the streets, I'm really like that, I'm really doing this, that, and the third, right? We champion shit like that, behavior like that. But I feel like, I just feel like we big up the wrong things, and we have a lot of false idols, and the idols that we have in the black community aren't necessarily the best to have. You know, niggas are going to look up to NBA YoungBoy, maybe a young kid, a young black man is going to look up to NBA YoungBoy, or a young black woman will, you know, like Sexyy Red versus Kamala Harris. You know what I
She's
mean?
trash.
I'm not saying Kamala Harris is,
Straight garbage. You don't feel like black people. Fuck out of here.
but like at least she's like, you know, not outwardly. I'm not gonna say embarrassing. So I'm not gonna say embarrassing.
Okay.
But Sexyy Red, NBA YoungBoy, like these are these are what people look up to in our community.
Do you?
The public discourse we have on shit like this, podcasts, we're always talking about, yo, do we go 50-50, blah, 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 this and that. Like, we have the same rhetoric, same narrative, same conversations every day. I fucking scroll on TikTok, scroll on
Amen,
whatever,
Pastor.
and like,
Reverend Perry.
come on now, you know my family. I'm scrolling on the internet, and I feel like I see the same conversations between men and black women and black men every day. And I'll be like, yo, give this shit a rest. What are we, like, we need to heal. We need to do something. Like, something has to change. Like, I'm just sick and tired of, I'm not going to say the black community, but just
Say it.
the way we are a lot of the time.
The way we operate
Do you
is
So,
think that-
like, sometimes, you know, I'm going to let you
Okay,
finish.
okay.
I just want to
Go
get
ahead.
start.
Get your thought out.
me talking about maybe you guys could understand what I mean by this topic. But like a lot of the time I'm like, yo, we got to change. We got to do this and that. But then it's like, but we're not going to change and nothing's really going to change. I know that might sound pessimistic, but like,
No, it's real shit.
but like we would need people are sheep. People are only moved by having like a role model to do it for them. But like the role models we're looking at aren't necessarily positive role models. So there is no incentive to change. You know what I mean? Rather than having a conversation like this, like a real human conversation between black men and black women, it's just like, this bitch is this nigga's this. Like it's never hearing each other out and coming at each other on the same, like we're not on the same page ever. You know what I mean? So a lot of time I'm just like, yeah, I feel like the black community's lost. Like, what can we even do to recover at this point? It might sound
You
pessimistic.
jump ship
Sometimes
and
I
date
feel-
other races.
Okay. Well, I'm not even just talking about relationships. It's
But
a
I'm
whole
the bunny
plethora
hopper.
of
Trolling.
issues. Whatever your
trolling.
issues are with the black community, you can air it out right now. Talk about it right now.
I don't want this to be a
And
continuation
I want Jada to
of
say her
episode
point.
2, though.
But we
I
didn't
just have a
really
question.
fully touch on it on episode
Oh, and
2.
now we have some black women.
That's what I'm
to-
saying.
to-
I
yeah.
wanted
Okay, can I
to
ask
get
my
the other side
question
of the
though?
coin. Go
Do you
ahead.
think that people of other races look at black people
Yes. Monkeys.
like
okay.
All right,
like
Frieza.
a Sexyy Red, like a NBA young boy, like they are judging us as if we're
Well, you're going
like
to get,
that.
You're going to get
Yes.
judged regardless.
Yes.
okay.
You get what I'm saying? Because think about it like this. Those are the people that the younger generation is looking up to,
Mm-hmm.
right? When we were 6, 7, 8 years old, oh my God, I want to be like Chris Brown. I want to be like Beyonce.
Did you guys see that video of the baby?
Yes. Right?
The baby
with
or
karaoke-
the baby?
No,
It's
no,
a little
the,
kid.
Like there was a baby and they're singing "Sexy Red." They're
With a
like at
karaoke
a,
I've
machine.
seen that shit.
they're
I
like
was
all at a party.
disgusted. This is what I mean.
Maybe I can pull it up for
I
you.
think that video is what made me write this topic
Oh,
down.
is it?
'Cause I
think
watched
sent
it.
it in the
was-
chat, right?
and
I sent it to the
It
Slandering
was
Table thing.
overwhelmingly.
Let me see real quick.
What made me happy was to see that in the replies was like overwhelming negativity towards the video. Nobody was
That
like,
shit
"Go
is
sis, go!"
gross.
Like people were over here like, "Nah, we're cooked. We're
Mhm.
cooked."
Mm-hmm.
Because like that's not cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is a baby.
Right.
This is a baby. This is literally a
I'm
baby.
gonna fuck my baby daddy.
And they were saying, "Oh, people."
Ski.
Some people are like,
You
"Oh,
weird.
well, she's not cursing. She's not saying all the lyrics." But it's like, yo, but it's not that. Like,
she shouldn't be listening to that in the first
do you
place.
know
Yeah,
what the
she
song
shouldn't
is
have access
about?
to
You know what I
the
mean?
It was
Yeah.
this. Do you mind if I show them really quick?
What is it?
It's the video.
I'll go.
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah.
And the babies are twerking and shit.
Look at
She's loving it. Jada's in fucking disgust. Like, look at her.
Asia. That's not funny.
Live reactions, everyone.
I think it's funny.
It is funny.
Do you see her?
It's not funny at all.
It's funny because it's for the internet.
I
Oh
would
my
what?
God.
My daughter be
Nah, when I
grounded.
saw that, I was
It's
like,
funny.
That's not funny in the slightest.
I think it's a little funny.
No, the hell
It's
it's
interesting
not.
that they're not saying the bad words either. That's
they're not.
interesting.
Because they know they're gonna get popped in their
They
damn
know
mouth,
that means they know the words. They know the words.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
and they know what it means.
Well, and it also means that there's like an extent of boundaries, but just
Nah,
not.
y'all trying to get
full
a
boundaries.
positive outlook on it? No, there's
No,
no,
I never
positive.
said that.
Like, oh,
I
well,
never said that.
like this-
He said no. Somebody said that they're not saying the curse word, so I was like, yeah, there's like an extent of boundaries.
It's
But-
like, oh, yeah,
Fuck
but
the boundaries.
yeah,
Like,
because
the
there's an
boundaries
adult
need to be-
present,
you
It's
but
like
still.
don't say the cuss words, but it's still
yeah,
like,
I'm gonna let it rock
what kind
out.
of song are you singing? Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I never said it was Yeah.
What was your
Nah,
question? Remind me of your question again.
I asked, do you think that other races?
And what I was saying was
I think that no matter
that
how
is what the
good we-
youngest generation is looking up to.
It doesn't matter really.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if we were
The top of the class. If we were at the
Yeah.
top of the food chain, like, you know what I mean? It's
right.
like you're always gonna be looked at.
We're always.
We're always like,
No, it's not.
Alright,
That's
yeah.
not true.
okay.
I don't
Because-
think that's true.
Because
Let him cook. Let him cook.
like, cause like, yeah, I get what you're saying
Closer.
and stuff like that, but like, we can unite like in certain cases, like with the whole George Floyd and the whole Black Lives
All right,
Matter.
Deacon Paul.
Incorrect as well.
Deacon
But like,
Paul.
but the thing is like, there's mad people like on Instagram putting the whole black post, trying to support it and stuff like that. Even other people from other races were supporting that too. But my issue is that it shouldn't take certain like situations
Tragedies.
for
To
us
unite.
to unite and be a community.
I agree.
So let me explain something right
no,
quick.
but her question was, do other races look at
Closer,
black
closer.
people like that?
Both of you closer.
Are you saying like?
Closer.
It's
Oh,
half. It's half
sorry.
and half. I want to say that for that answer, that's like half and half.
Okay.
And it's like people like Sexyy Red and stuff like that that puts that image. But the thing is, you got to blame social media on that.
No, you
because-
don't.
Yes, you do, because
You
that's,
blame
that's
the
what
fucking
social media
parents,
is,
nigga.
Yeah, it's the
is
parents.
the era of today. We can't get rid of it. We
Those
can't-
kids don't have those kids, right? That's all their parents.
Yes, and that's their influence. That's their teachers. That's the people that. So if social media is their kind of like their page to like educate their kids in a sense, then that's where we need to like look at first.
So multiple things.
Yeah.
One.
Maalik disagrees.
Yeah, no, because it's way worse than that. Black people can't unite for anything. Even the Black Lives Matter movement, who ran that?
Was it a white guy?
No, it was a black lady
Oh,
that was in
okay.
charge of it. And what did
Alright.
she do with the money?
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah, right?
Oh, okay.
Was
Once
it a
it-
black lady? I thought it was a white
Yeah.
man.
It was a black
I
lady.
thought it was a white man who explained the money.
She capitalized off of the money that was.
Yeah, she was buying mansions and designer this
I
and
watched.
blah, blah, blah.
I watched. So.
So wait, right quick.
Can
Wait,
go
right
ahead.
quick.
Go
Hold
ahead.
on.
Go ahead.
So to your point, we don't unite for nothing. Even when George Floyd, there's some black people that be like, oh, well, that nigga didn't die because of the cop. He died because drugs. Like, niggas never unite for anything.
Uniting doesn't mean 100% though.
Okay, cool. But even then, it's like,
It means majority.
what are we doing? What answers are we getting for that? Right? What did we get out of that situation?
Nothing, because we are
Nothing.
the oppressed.
We're oppressed, right?
Yeah.
So why is it that we can showcase Sexyy Red and all the other trash ass artists that make music, but we can listen to that shit and be all cool? What are we getting out of it? We're not getting shit out of it. But we niggas can watch a video like that and find it funny.
I laugh
You
because
still laughing.
no, the kids
not
the
funny.
kids doing it isn't
Sexyy Red
funny.
is not a trash
It's
artist.
like what the fuck is going on in the household that like
Revolutionary.
y'all got a bunch of kids together, like, and then you pulled out your phone to start record, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said it starts at home.
It does start at home. And guess what? People think that shit is cool and funny. Oh, look at my daughter going crazy with this karaoke machine. That shit is gross.
Now the quote tweet replies, like, a lot of the black people, I would assume, were in disgust, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, as they should be. And I'm actually surprised that they were in disgust. I'm actually surprised, to be honest.
I think our generation, right, you know, like the people our age, like, that is not what we want for our kids.
We don't want that for our kids, but you want that for yourself.
Who wants that for themselves?
People in our generation.
Yeah.
People in our generation. We're the ones making Sexyy Red popular.
Yeah, but okay.
Our generation.
I don't.
We're
Okay.
Sexyy Red's
Okay,
popping.
it's not
You hear what
not
they,
you,
they
but-
talking about shit revolutionary.
There's a there's
There's
me.
They just said
Hey,
it.
Sean, you forgot that the culture, like cancel culture, is a thing. So we have the power to, stop things and make things not a thing.
You have to do
we
something.
cannot make Sexyy Red
Well,
popular.
one, you have to do something to get canceled, and
Yeah.
two, like what Jada just whispered,
It's
not a thing.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Kanye, that nigga has
can't be
9
canceled.
lives. They won't let him go, including me. I still fuck with Kanye,
Yeah.
but I still fuck with Kanye because he's real. Like, you know what
He's
I'm
a
saying?
real revolutionary.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's real. like,
So
like,
shady.
like, you know, he just speaks his mind. You know what I mean? And obviously Kanye is like, musically I like Kanye, but like, I also don't believe in canceling people unless they do something super OD. I canceled
Weinstein
EDP
level.
445.
Yeah, EDP
You know what I
gotta
mean?
get canceled.
EDP had to go. Like, you a pedophile? Nah. Like, I can't rock with you. You know what I'm saying?
Josh
Like,
Giddy next.
Who is that? A rapper?
He's a YouTuber.
No, he's.
he was a
Oh,
YouTuber. He's
You
like this
don't-
fat YouTuber. He was talking.
Why
to-
you gotta call him fat?
that's his identity. He's known for being fat.
Yeah.
Is he?
He went
Or
for
is he known for being a pedophile?
He went for cupcakes.
I mean,
remember?
now he's known for being a pedophile. Prior to the pedo, he was fat. Now he's a fat pedophile. But
Okay.
I cancel EDP, but like I can name on 3
So
fingers.
is that where you draw the line? Is pedophilia?
like with a true child? Yes.
Okay. What's a true child under
Well,
18?
you know how
Yeah.
the internet be like on some like,
When we
oh,
say
he was
teenage,
he was
How old
Like-
are you talking?
like they'll be like,
It's R. Kelly.
so right. Let's
Oh,
say
we're
for
talking.
example, well, I
Don't do
cancel.
that.
I
Yeah,
cancel
yeah.
him for real. If
Canceled R. Kelly?
no, hold on, let me talk.
You wouldn't. You dropped
So,
this friendship if
so-
I was on some weird shit.
Huh?
I'm fucking with y'all. Yeah.
He dead ass. So if so right,
Dead ass.
if Kayshawn pops out with a girl who's 18, right? Let me talk.
Look at her face.
If he pops out with a girl who's 18, you know how people will be like, oh, he was grooming her, obviously, blah blah blah, or not even 18, maybe 19, right? They'll be like, oh, he was grooming her, he's 28, blah blah blah. Me in real life, I'd be looking at that nigga like, what? But if he was an artist, I'd be like, I mean, she's 19 now. That's also not my business. That's your personal life. Like, I don't know. Like, if you're dating a 19-year-old and you're 40 years old, well, he's not 40, but if it was literally 28 and you're dating a 19-year-old, I'd be like, all right,
That's
that
Jay
nigga
and
might be
Beyonce.
weird, but if you make good
It is.
music,
And you
I
understand
don't
that's
care
goals.
enough to cancel you.
Word on.
I'm not justifying R. Kelly, but I'd be lying, and I'm not gonna.
Let's not even go there.
I'm not.
Let's even go there.
But like, I play some R. Kelly records. I still be feeling on your booty. I was in the shower the other day, and I was rocking. I was rocking.
I listened to R. Kelly the other
Mute
night.
Diddy. He's canceled.
See, Diddy's wild
2024.
nigga. I never
I'm
like
here
was
for
a
his
huge.
downfall.
I was never a huge Diddy fan, so I'm not like he's not
Bye,
someone I
nigga.
can cancel. But like my point
He
being,
wildin'.
we don't cancel people.
I'm
for real.
wildin'?
No, Diddy wildin'.
Oh, he is.
Oh,
And,
I was gonna say.
we don't cancel people for real.
Get your money, Cassie.
What were you saying though? You were about trying to say something, and we interrupted you.
She was saying Sexyy Red was a revolutionary. That's
She
what she was
wasn't.
saying.
She
Because of the
exactly
video,
what
the,
she
the
said.
What were
baby
you saying?
dancing
What were you
video.
I think it was along the lines of like,
Closer.
I don't know. There's a difference between like us
Who's
listening to us, like 28-year-olds,
us? Okay.
listening to supporting Sexyy Red's music, you know,
And a
Mhm.
literal.
But why are we
baby.
supporting
and
it?
a 4-year-old. Like that's different.
But why are
like-
we supporting it?
Why not?
Because it
Because
sounds
why
good.
do we want that for our culture
Yeah.
though?
It's
Fuck my baby daddy. Why is there a baby dad in the first place? Why do we want that for ourselves?
Oh,
Imagine if Taylor Swift dropped.
that's like the
Imagine-
only lyric
wait,
that
wait,
you've
wait,
been
wait.
repeating.
Well,
That's
Imagine if
literally
Taylor
her
Swift
only
was
lyric
out here
you've been
saying "fuck
repeating.
my baby daddy."
Well, here's the thing.
What are we talking about?
Here's the thing. I don't think Sexyy Reds, the Sexyy Reds of the world, shouldn't exist. I don't think that because we need Sexyy Reds
We need
to
Sexyy
appreciate
No, we don't.
normal
We need
black
Sexyy
women.
Reds.
Because in the same way we need NBA young boys and shit. You listen to fucking King Von and shit. Like
You be
we're
listening to
hypocrites
Von?
for
Dave
if
Von
we're
Bennett is my man.
no, but if
Knowing
we're
his
go-
actual
hold
government
on,
name
if
is
we're
crazy.
gonna
Yes.
Who?
Dave
because-
Von Bennett.
Sexyy Red, she might be ratchet and shit, but like she's not a murderer.
right.
King Von is literally
She is
a
not
murderer.
hurting.
And these are people we big up in the black
not
community.
hurting.
Niggas love King Von. Niggas was talking about Free Von and all this shit. R.I.P. Von.
I'm never saying free a murderer. I'm
You
sorry.
know what's crazy? He's saying that, right?
But what I'm saying,
It's cap.
Oh.
Yeah.
what I'm
It's
saying,
cap. Yeah.
but what I'm saying, and mind you, I'm not saying I'm holier than that. I also listen to hood shit, but like,
Yeah. I just listened to the baby
okay, but
And he
I
killed 2 people in Walmart.
out of self-defense.
out of self defense. But like
Yeah. Talk to him. Don't do that.
we
You talk to
need NBA young boys to appreciate Kendricks, and we need Sexyy Reds to appreciate No Names. My thing is, why are the Sexyy Reds the ones that get the big spotlight? Because it's like, it just is like it's
Because that's what the label pushes.
yes
what media
because
pushes.
I always
because
think it's funny when people say, "Why are the Sexyy Reds the ones who get the big spotlight?" Because I really think that it just kind of like
Shock
depends
value.
on.
it's shock value.
That's what
Like,
the culture.
no,
No, that's
no,
what
no.
the.
Because
no,
for
no.
Meg the
Culture-
Stallion, I understand it. She's talented.
No,
I do
but
not
think
I
Sexyy
also
Red
think
is
that
talented.
like when people
Meg is
say
not
things like
talented.
that, it also makes me like consider what you're consuming,
Oh, the line.
right? Because my timeline, my Twitter be flooded with the no names. To be honest,
That's what's up. Yes,
It be flooded with the
it
no
plays
names
a part
because-
into what you decide to
into what you
be
decide
around.
to consume.
You listen to No Name?
Yeah,
Okay. well,
Her
that's
last
what's up.
album was great.
We went to her concert in Brooklyn a couple years ago. I think me, Bria, Anissa,
Word.
Mhm.
Powerpuff
Cute.
Girls.
the Powerpuff Girls.
yes, Powerpuff.
That's what's up. That makes me happy to hear though. But like,
Why did you do that?
what?
Can you run me my 30?
Why are you bringing attention to it?
Okay.
Yeah, like what? You dragging it.
No.
Oh
all
my
right.
gosh.
Back-
what did I do?
Nothing. You didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But I also love me some Sexyy Red, so that'd be on my timeline too.
I think there's a
Would you
balance.
go to her
You
concert,
can have
though?
a balance.
Absolutely.
You could like Sexyy
Okay.
Red. You could like
Shit is
No Name.
lost,
Like,
bro.
who cares?
Yes, I agree.
There's
I
nothing
agree.
wrong with supporting an artist who
But like we're kind of
No.
off topic. We're
Okay.
talking about a specific subset of what I was saying.
Okay.
I mean, in totality,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel like we're lost?
Yes.
Black people.
Lost as fuck. No flashlight in a cave. We're lost as fuck. Disgusting.
Y'all ever see that
think
tweet? It was
so.
like, I know deep down the black community can't be saved.
Can't.
I've seen
Can't.
that. I've seen
It was
that.
like, yeah.
Yo,
That's.
and you know what's
I never
crazy?
seen
It
that.
Let me see if I can find it.
it started like, you know, in slave times, like they've really made it so it's separated. And then once we got freed, it didn't get any better from there. But it seemed like it was going some type of way during segregation. And then I don't know what the fuck happened, but then yeah, niggas just lost it. Like
After the Black Panthers,
yeah, they killed the CIA, FBI, they killed all them niggas and was like, yeah, we gonna lock up these black.
Martin Luther King was here today. And he was doing
Oh,
what he was
yeah.
doing. Oh yeah, they would hype him up on.
I mean,
Just like Obama.
they took the black fathers out of homes, and then that was it.
Even though not a lot of people didn't fuck with
many
Obama
many
at the end,
people. It's interesting because like
They put crack in the hoods.
everybody's
and
been enslaved over the like hundreds of thousands of years that humans have been on Earth.
mm-hmm.
Pretty much everybody's been enslaved.
All
I
empires
feel
have
like
slaves.
I feel like slavery's had the most prolonged effect on the black community
I mean,
than
For
sure.
anybody else. You know
For
what I
sure.
mean?
No, but I feel like the enslavement of brown people was the majority of that enslavement. Like I know you're saying that's like slavery has been around for a long time, but majority of that has been black
people.
and brown people.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
because
it's
you
a lot
know,
of it is just like deep rooted. Like
It
I remember
is.
even in college when I like we talking about like, you know, like hood niggas and murderers and drug dealing and stuff like that. But I remember taking like a race theory class in college, and our professor basically explained that the reason why you have so many black people who resorted to gangs and violence is because they just weren't getting the respect from society, from the government, and they had to turn to
That's
each
interesting.
other and create gangs in order to,
That's
and they
very
had to,
interesting.
and the way that they could get power in society was through violence.
The
was
thing-
like, this is how I'm gonna get respect.
the thing
Because I'm not getting it from,
The-
you know, like the.
But gangs do
the-
get respect.
Hold on.
To a
The
certain
thing, the
extent.
thing I
Consistent.
don't like about gangs though, that might have been the original like
But it's not that
motivation.
Yeah.
It's not that now because even like when mafias were big, right? Organized crime. They put respect on crime by calling it organized. At least with those niggas, they were money laundering. They had big businesses going on. These guys were bringing in millions of dollars a year.
They were.
No niggas from gangs are doing that unless they're selling drugs.
Yes, they
like
are.
we don't
You don't think
organize.
you don't think drugs are bringing
But not-
millions of dollars
not
a year?
Escobar
and you don't think
type
the mafia
money.
was murdering
But
people?
what I'm saying is with organized crime,
putting people down?
with organized crime, a whole family could be rich. The big boss will be rich. Then his
The capos
his
and all
then
that.
his capo would be rich, and everybody around in his crew is making at least 6 figures a year.
His family's not rich though.
Who are you talking about?
And black people, like with drug dealers,
Not really.
His family's not rich.
But how many? But think about it. How many? This nigga JP's talking about ghosts on Power. How many people? But how many gang members become ghosts? How many niggas really become? Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
but just
if you
listen
watch,
to the wording. It's like you like mafias and things like that are called organized crime, but we are called criminals. Like it's just like it's the same.
They're still
thing.
criminals.
it's
No, no,
not
no,
the
no, no,
same
no.
thing
It's the
because
same
still
thing.
because
criminals.
when we commit crime, it's just senseless a lot of the time. Niggas sell their little drugs and shit, and oh yeah, I got coke, I got weed. That shit ain't bringing in money. Like, look, do you guys watch The Sopranos or have watched The Sopranos?
I had maybe like a few episodes,
Sopranos,
but no,
Brett.
not into
Re- Sopranos-
I recommend it as top 5 show all time. But
Yeah, I
like,
heard.
point being, like,
BMF.
was trying to really do that.
BMF, yeah, they was really trying to be black mafia
there
family.
there are some examples, and like we make stories about those. We make TV, we make movies about
Meech
them.
was
Like,
doing his thing
we
out
got
here.
Frank White with Denzel Washington, American Gangster. We got BMF, like, and then what's the other Snowfall, which is fictional, but still like we have
It's based
some
off
shows
something,
about black people rising and making organized crime. But in real life, most of the time, niggas are just shooting each other on some he fucked my bitch. Oh, he stole money from me. Like, and y'all laughing, but you know it's real. Like, we be killing over dumb shit. At least in organized crime, it's like, yeah, he had to go because he's talking to the feds or blah, blah, blah. Like, if you get whacked, it's usually for...
Is that how it really is? Or is that how you
No, you gotta watch Sopranos.
No. I mean,
Well, it was also really like that,
not...
too.
Yeah, if you talk... Look, you do your history with John Gotti and you do your history with Al Capone, all these guys, these big mafioso guys, sometimes it would be egos and people just get whacked for essentially no reason. But a lot of the time it'd be on some, like, money was, you're fucking with the money or you're talking to the feds. Now you got to go. You know what I mean? Obviously, they say crime doesn't pay. And, a lot of those mafia guys have died out or they're in jail. And that lifestyle isn't
As big as it used to.
Yeah, it's not as big as prevalent as it once was. But, like, that's something, like, we glamorize the casinos and the Godfathers, like, all these, like, classic mafia style because the mafia... Like, and I'm also big into the real life, like, mafia stuff because it's so fascinating to me because it's like, damn, these guys really came from a different country.
And they got it together quick.
Same type
they
of
were also
motivation
oppressed.
where it was like, but they were foreigners. Like, and Italians and Irish people in New York City back in the day in the
Oppressed as
30s and
hell.
40s, they were niggas. They treated Italians and Irishmen like niggas back in the
Yeah.
day. And, they got up and they got it from the mud. And, like, even, American Jews,
But let me tell
I'm
you
not
the
gonna get
difference.
on that.
I'm gonna
like,
tell you the
on some
difference.
Kanye shit, but, like,
I'm gonna tell you the difference right now.
they develop businesses, legitimate businesses.
The difference is that when they came over here, you Italian. All right, we're gonna do this shit together. We're gonna get it
There
out
was
the mud
much more of
together.
a sense of community.
Black people will not do that shit. Yo, you used to. Nah, I can't fuck with this nigga.
What I
I-
said on the
I
last
can't-
episode when I was like, you being black actually will make me, not
What?
literally me, but the idea of a black person. You're more of a target to me now. You're more of my enemy now because you look like me.
But that's
Interesting.
but that ideology comes from slavery. Like that whole idea of like I gotta do this out for myself and stuff like that comes from slave.
It's instinctive.
Yeah, like
We have
white
to
people
adapt.
have made it so like we think like that. But even when we get together,
What are you
shit
guys
don't.
thinking? You guys are quiet.
I agree. No,
You
I agree
agree?
with what you're saying, with what Maalik is saying. I
Yeah,
agree.
this ain't season 1, right? Right? Yeah, exactly.
No, I agree. I do think that I don't know. So, like, back to your question, do you think that the black community is lost? And I know we said we weren't gonna talk about what we were talking about in the car, but in the car, I think that we were talking about how a lot of I don't know, like
Cook.
we
Yeah,
think that I
just
think
say
that
it.
things are just more apparent to us. It's not that they haven't always been there, but they're just more apparent with social media because we were talking about open relationships and how
Yeah.
we're like, Maalik was like, I think that that's going to be the new norm is open relationships. And I'm like, who said that that wasn't ever the norm? Right? We just didn't know because we didn't have social media showing these open relationships that were healthy and successful. And a lot of the men from our parents' generations were dogs, right? So,
Grandpa.
I mean, those were open
crazy on
relationships
him.
in their sense.
Grandpa was
Like
going
like
crazy.
monogamy has when has monogamy even really been the norm?
Yeah.
But it's
Can you
just
talk to my
social
girlfriend?
media. But it's
I'm just
just
kidding.
Yeah.
social media,
Gonna
and
be
then
real
back to
single
like
after that.
BG about to go missing.
She ain't
that
gonna-
video.
She ain't gonna watch this episode. Yeah.
Back to that video. I think that is just like, I think that has to do with the way that you parent. So yeah, I get it. It's like, oh, the Sexyy Reds. That's the black community supporting Sexyy Red and things like that. But I don't know. I think it goes back to parenting because that's some shit that my parents just would have
I
never
agree.
allowed.
So-
Like that, I probably couldn't even watch Harry Potter when I was a kid. You know, like it's just like
Yeah. Get
Now
that
just-
devil.
Oh, you
get
came
that-
from
yeah,
that too?
you know, like don't dress up for Halloween. That's the devil's holiday. Like you
So
know,
you never seen the clip of Young Miami? Somebody asking her like, "Oh, like would you let your kids like kind of live your lifestyle or listen to your music?" She was like, "Oh, absolutely not."
I respect.
But that's what you want to pitch out to other people's kids and
Because
put.
Oh, it's all
that's-
cap. Yeah.
yeah, but
Like-
her
All cap.
consumers are not
Her kids.
Her kids,
three. How old is
yeah.
her kid?
It
like
doesn't-
4
She
or
said she
5?
doesn't want that for her daughter ever in life.
Well,
She didn't say that. She didn't say that.
She did say that.
Well, think about it. Miami is like she's a first generation with
Like,
money.
yeah, exactly.
She had to do what she had
She
to
had
do.
to do what
get-
she had to do.
you know what I mean?
Like
Okay.
she got it
She
out the
probably
mud.
like, oh,
So
be a
maybe
lawyer or something, you know?
yeah.
Man, that
Like-
shit
Yeah,
is
if you can
crazy.
afford for your kid to have a better life, you're going to.
You
But
don't
in
want
detriment
that.
of what? For the rest of your community that listens to your music and likes
Well,
you
that's what
as
you
as
got to
an artist?
understand. When people
a
make their
choice.
decisions,
It's a
they're
choice,
making
but it's not a
their
great
own
choice.
decisions. They're not making decisions on behalf of the. We're not doing like nobody makes that. Nobody at this table Like, you know, when y'all are shaking ass at the club, y'all aren't like, damn, I'm hurting the black image.
You're right.
Y'all are just like, I'm drunk and I'm
She's
having
doing
fun.
it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
cool.
and
That's
it's
cool.
also like her. Just think of like Young Miami might not
Hurting
be
the black
influencing, but maybe we listen to her music because it's relatable. Like how he said she's a first generation. There are probably a bunch of first generation women who had to scam men to get what they wanted to get, do this and do that.
let's talk about how you got your fortune, Asia.
Okay. I don't have a fortune.
I'm just kidding.
But
Yeah,
you know
people
what I'm
listen to
saying?
music because it's relatable.
It could be relatable
Like, you know what
and
I
it's
mean?
not influential. That's why she's saying she doesn't
Well,
want her.
I don't
it is
think-
influential.
It
because
is-
people
it
are
is.
influenced by it. so.
It is.
But no, I think what she's getting at is like after they turn off the Sexyy Red song, they're not gonna go scam niggas and go fuck them and like
They might
Yeah.
not.
that's
They
what we're
might not,
talking about.
but
Niggas
think
be
about
getting
it.
inspired by that shit. Niggas will listen to King Von and go drill outside.
No,
yes,
that's true.
Yes,
And
That's
niggas
true.
pointed at me. Damn.
They
mean-
will be
Because men
in
are
the
weak
car
minded.
on
Yeah.
the way to drill with that shit as the soundtrack. Niggas think they in a music video. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like that's that nigga right
Crazy
there.
Story 6 or whatever the fuck that, you know what I'm saying?
Crazy Story 3.
But I also think it's hard for y'all to find. I think it's hard for men to see the woman empowerment behind a lot of these songs because you just kind of see ratchetness. And there's really like there's
brother.
genuine
I agree
women
with you.
empowerment.
I agree with you
behind
because I don't have
the
a
Young
vagina.
Miamis and JT.
But I just feel like, why is that like?
How's that
Why is
empowerment?
that like? Why does that have to be empowered? Like, why is you know what I mean?
Popping
Like every
pussy
time,
and-
No,
every
you're
time
right.
I hear
Like,
like,
yeah, fucking
I'm
nigga
all
get rich.
for like a Megan Thee Stallion being empowering, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, I only hear
Lying
that
about
type
what?
of music being empowering. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lying about what?
Like it doesn't have to be empowering. Why can't you just enjoy it?
Well, not necessarily that, but even if you are empowered by it, why is that the only thing you're empowered by? Like I just was talking about No Name. Shout out to No Name, by the way. Why aren't you empowered by that type of music? Because I feel like that's more relatable to black girls like you guys. And a lot of the black girls I know are just women who are black.
And
Not like
quick side
hood
note.
boogers, not ghetto
Okay,
bitches.
okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Or
Y'all
even
are
like a Lauryn
I am.
Hill. In the 90s, Lauryn Hill was, this pedestal. Where's the Lauryn Hills now? Y'all not listening to that shit?
they're out there. They just
know what I'm saying?
aren't
Y'all be
represented
listening
like
to Mary
they were.
J. Mary J not talking about popping pussy.
Yes, she is.
Mary J. Blige?
Subtly. She's not saying the word pussy on a track, you know?
They're when they're about to go out or when they're out, it's like that's not the music that's getting them into, you know what I mean? They want to shake ass, they want to have fun. Like, and that's kind of what it
Have
is.
fun.
I disagree because
Why
our
can't women
mothers.
just have fun without being criticized?
Well, no, I'm not
Damn.
saying that. Mind you, I'm saying
No, you're not.
I'm not
I'm
criticizing y'all for
it's a
that.
statement.
I'm saying like that music is necessary in a certain lane, like, but like I feel like that seems to be a lot of the only things that represent our women sometimes. Sometimes I feel like that. Because I just don't feel like there's any other, like he said, Lauryn Hills. I don't feel like there are a lot of Lauryn Hills that are.
Because that's not what they want to listen to. There's probably a demographic out here that would listen
like
to that,
what I'm saying,
but that's not the
in the
status
90s.
quo.
In the 90s, right? Like we had Little Kims and Foxy Browns, right? That had like more explicit stuff. But like
It was
you're saying,
subtle.
have
It was
fun.
more subtle
Our
than this shit.
parents were out there having fun. You know what I'm saying? They probably had their version of shaking ass,
Whitney.
but it was to like real love. Dun, dun, dun. Like you know what I mean? Yeah, it was like. It you could dance to it, but it doesn't have to be vulgar all the time. You know, and that goes for male hip hop too. Like, why do we always gotta be on some like nut on a bitch? I can't this is that.
Nutted in that nigga, girl.
Throw money on her. Like, why can't it just be something dancey that it don't gotta be super vulgar? And I'm not sounding like Mr. Rogers. I'm not saying, oh, we must eliminate all future type music, but like we need. You said a balance. We need a balance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Why can't we dance in the club to like fucking?
You don't
know.
think there is a balance?
I think there's
No.
I think there is a balance.
Not when it comes to going out and having fun. I
go
feel
to
like
Jerky's,
when
nigga,
niggas
you
go
not hearing that
out
shit.
to have fun, niggas are listening to a certain type
yeah,
of
but
music.
is going out.
Jerky's?
What percentage of your life is going out? Right. So like, how
Depends
do
who
you?
you ask.
How can you really equate that to balance?
Hudson
though? How can you equate that to balance?
Hudson.
If going out,
Yeah, big shout out
if
to
going out
Adonis
is
cooked with
20%
that
of my
one.
life, you can't say that's like that there's no balance. If going out is 20% of my life and all I listen to is ratchet ass shaking music, that 20% of my life
enjoy that.
That's not saying that there's not a balance. Like, how do you
that's-
know what I
that's
might listen
you.
to Sade do when I'm in the house?
Absolutely.
You ain't listen to no Sade.
Like, okay.
No, she looks like a Sade
It's
listener.
a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
You
Relax.
be taking care of plants and shit. I know you be in the crib burning incense,
care of
listening to
plants.
Sade.
Plant
Sweetest
mom!
taboo.
Plant
Yeah,
mama.
I know, you know.
That's what I said. It's all about.
It's not. I'm not talking about you. Obviously, I know y'all, and I know y'all
Yeah,
are.
but don't
black-
talk about my girls either.
All right. Anywho.
The girls. The
up.
girls.
So,
the girls.
so in conclusion, because we're dragging a little bit, you feel like the black community is a little bit lost.
Yes and no. Final
It's
answer.
a yes or no. It's not yes and no. Yes
Can
or
we
no.
be
no,
saved?
because no. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, ask that.
Do you feel like we're
Yeah.
lost and
Referring
can
back
be
to the-
saved?
yeah, the tweet.
Okay. I like that. We need people like you. We need people like you.
Optimism.
Yeah. Dr. Umar hitting your phone right now. My sister, we need
you have to think about the kids, right? The
I
kids,
love him. I
the
do.
kids that are kids now, these are also going to be the kids in the next 10 years that are still, like, unless they all change, but I highly doubt that. Like, you know what I mean? If that's the shit they're being pushed right now as children, I don't think their parents are also going to just magically grow up and be like, I don't want that for my baby. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I see
so,
what you're saying.
yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's there, it's there
Time will
already.
tell.
Like, I don't think, not to throw my brother out there. Like, I don't think my brother's just going to not be who he is. And, like, you know what I mean? And I don't think I'm magically going to start gangbanging in the next fight. Like, you know what
I
I
think
mean?
if y'all had kids, your kids wouldn't be listening to Sexyy Red.
Well,
And-
I don't listen to Sexyy Red, so they
That's
wouldn't.
what I'm saying. So it's like, again, it's a
My child
choice.
listens
It's
to Michael Jackson.
Perth. That's good.
It's all what it starts at home is with the
That's
initial.
what we're taught.
Yeah.
It's the nature versus nurture, your environment, whatnot. Like,
But I think that's
you know.
really interesting because your brother's nothing like you. So, like,
but
and
he's
y'all.
not a far cry.
I mean, I think his brother is closer to him than our brothers are closer to us.
I agree.
Probably.
Yes.
But we all grew up in the same house. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's I don't know.
But like when we leave the house, we all have different experiences. We meet different people. We talk to
Yeah.
different people. Hang out with different people. So that's what formulates or helps formulate
it's
our
the nurture
identity.
part.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But at the end of and at our core, me and Jordan are still similar people. Like, you know what I mean? He might not be as like
and he's also a kid.
articulate. What do you mean a kid?
He's like,
How old is he?
He's an adult. He's
No,
20.
He's 20. Yeah, that's a
That's
kid.
young though. You're a
That's
kid.
young.
You're a kid.
Yeah.
But at 20,
You're a kid until
at
you're like
20,
20,
I thought
24.
different than he did. At
Mm.
20, I thought different than he did.
Well, then that's what I'm saying. So it's like,
I made Periwinkle Blue at 20. Shout out to
All right,
myself,
yeah.
Jet Perry.
But
I don't think he has the I'm not gonna say he's
the
dumb.
capacity.
I'm not saying he's dumb, but like I just don't think he has the complexity to
wisdom.
make something like that at that age.
That's
Relax,
crazy.
nigga. Relax.
That
It's,
nigga acting like he dropped the magnum opus.
I did.
that ain't Take Care. All right, so let's. But congrats. Like,
There's more content on there than Take Care. But that's a different conversation. Take Care is a better album,
We're
but
moving
like
on.
there's more content
can
on
we be
Periwinkle
saved?
Blue.
She, yeah,
I already answered.
She said yes.
Okay.
Go ahead. And then I'll say what
Is
the tweet
black
said.
community lost?
Yeah.
Do you
Speak up
think
to
it
the
can be
mic.
saved?
Into the
That's
mic,
what he
please.
said.
No. Is it lost? Yes or no? And can it be saved?
If you think it's lost.
The black community.
Into the mic.
Oh, is the black community lost? Honestly, I will give it a yes. I will give it a yes.
You think they are that
I think that the black community
lost?
is lost, but I think that it's a structural issue.
Mm.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I like that.
Can they be saved? Yeah. Yeah, and you know why? Because I feel like even with Gen Z, we're millennials, right?
Yes.
Are we?
Okay. I think we
Yes.
are.
Where no.
Oh
All right,
my
JP.
God.
I thought
Not
we were Gen Z.
millennials.
JP said
Millennials-
Zillennials
millennials
off camera
and
if anybody
Zillennial?
care.
Millennials end at 97.
Okay, so we're millennials.
Yes.
I honestly
I
am
looked at
I think he's
yesterday.
right. I think he's right.
I feel like I'm seeing changes with Gen Z already. Like even like the confidence that they have like in the workplace is just very different from the a little different
Generations
from our
before
generation,
us.
but the generation before us is very
Yeah, for
different.
sure.
A millennial
So-
is a term used to describe a person born between 81 and 96. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're millennials.
Yeah, the cutoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just made it.
Yeah.
Whew, just made it. But the tweet says, deep down inside, I know the black community can't be saved, but it hurts my feelings to accept it. You guys agree with that? You don't? Okay.
I think that we need to give it a little longer. I think that slavery. Well, I think that we're not that far removed from slavery.
How much
So
longer do we
guess
need?
what?
We're not that far removed from slavery.
We're not.
I'm going to explain
Like,
to you how the only way we
have
can be saved.
Great uncles who will tell me their stories about picking cotton in the South. Like
You
like,
have people alive that
that
were
will tell me
slaves?
about
Yeah, no,
not
that sounds
slaves,
crazy.
not slaves, but you know how
Slave adjacent?
like you know how like
Slave
like
adjacent?
slavery kind of spilled over.
Yeah.
Like you didn't just automatically become free and just go get a
Oh, yeah,
corporate
yeah.
job. Like it was, you know.
America said we're not doing this anymore, and some niggas down south were like, yeah, all right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they say slavery existed up to like 1945,
Yeah.
50
I
Yeah.
believe it.
in a lot of places.
Nah, we're lost as fuck. Like, we need a map. We need a flashlight.
All right,
We
yeah.
need a guide. I don't know.
Backpack.
Yeah, we need all that shit, to be honest. But can we be saved? I think the only way we can be saved is, this whole shit blow up. Not like the earth actually blow up. I'm talking about like a whole new,
Nani?
like, like, or we just need a fresh start type shit. Like,
But we have to be the
Like
ones to make the
apocalypse.
change.
yes, right?
Yeah,
but we
okay.
need a fresh start, new regime, right? Because this shit not working for real with the niggas on top keeping us oppressed. I do think the oppression does have a part in what we do as a community. I feel like if we weren't oppressed, I feel like we would thrive more and probably do shit together a little bit more. But since we're oppressed, we kind of have that crabs in the barrel mindset where it's like, I need to get mine. I need to get mine. And then maybe I'll see about y'all niggas. But no, we get ours and we continue to get ours while everybody else stay there. You know what I'm saying? Javante Davis buying that hood, that was a good thing.
Well, that's
just to
what
burn.
we were kind of talking about last time. Is like, is it really your job to help out everybody who wasn't a part of the shooting with you in the gym?
That's cool, right? But it's like, if that new, I don't want
Because
to use this
and
term.
he was also saying it. It's like, you know
I
what I
don't
mean?
wanna
That's
use-
more of a target for me. Like, if I come up, niggas like now niggas are on my head.
Right.
So it's like,
But
why?
that's what I'm talking about. Fresh slates. There's a show called Dr. Stone where it's like, there is none of this shit. Like, it's a whole new fresh start. Like, there's none of that. So it's like, you dictate like what society's gonna be now. You know what I'm saying? Like, society now is just so garbage.
I think it's going
that's
to
the
be.
mindset we have.
I think it's going to be a long time coming before we see
Oh, nigga,
like
it's not gonna
that,
happen.
that fresh start. Like, yeah, like we'll probably be long gone before we see.
I mean, we're gonna be in civil war soon, so niggas gonna see about it.
Yeah, global warming is gonna take. Our grandkids aren't gonna make it.
I don't think so.
Damn.
What do you think about it? Can it be saved? And are we lost? And can we be saved?
Well, I do think we're lost. As far as if we can be saved, I don't have the answer to that. If we can be, like kind of what y'all were touching on, like I don't think we'll be any. By the time that happens, nobody that ever personally knew us will be here on this planet. So, I mean, yeah, I always wish the best. I said it on the last episode, you know what I mean? Like I love black people, you know what I'm saying? I wish the best for the community, but it's not really our job at this point. I mean, I'm not an activist, so I'm not doing, I'm not hands-on trying to fix the community, but I guess just me living my life as an example of like me not supporting a lot of the things that we do.
Yeah, you're talking a big game and not doing shit to fix it.
I don't think you understood what I was saying. It's okay.
No,
Sometimes
I do
things
want
go over our heads. Sometimes
Okay.
we can't digest.
No, I
certain
mean,
things.
and we're not going to do that on the podcast either. What I was getting at though is we come and we talk about these issues, but what is everybody outside of the room going to do after it? It's like, what is this really going to mean in the grand scheme of things?
Well, this isn't like Let's Change the World podcast. This is just a podcast.
No, but I think he has
We're
a
just
valid point. I
conversing.
think he has a valid point.
Like, yeah, like
I get it, yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like he's being solution oriented. Like we can say the black community is lost, but like
What's
like
the
how are
solution
we
to it?
contributing to not being part of?
Oh yeah,
that-
like
that
I said,
problem.
I'm a walking, living example of it. Like I don't subscribe to the way a lot of black people specifically live their lives. Like, I don't need to be over here catching RICO charges. I don't need to be going to jail, knock on wood. This whole the way I communicate, the way I try to articulate myself, it's like I don't want to be a product of my environment, and that's what I'm doing. I might not be giving money to any foundations or causes, because at the same time, what foundations or causes are actually going towards like fixing the black community? Everybody's like, oh well, even the Black Lives Matter foundation. It's like, you know, they were. I watched real quick before we move on. I watched this documentary that Candace Owens made. And so here
You
we
don't
go.
like her?
So here we go. No.
Oh my gosh! Please,
see
don't
this.
give her.
No. But
That's really interesting.
first off, shout out to Candace Owens because she's from Stanford native.
No.
Spruce
Is
Street.
she?
She's from Spruce.
No
Damn, she a
fucking
West
way.
Side nigga.
Big West Side, Big West.
Oh, West Side nigga.
Candace Owens gets a bad rap because she is a black conservative woman who
I fuck with Candace Owens.
who a
Of
lot
course
of her
you would.
critiques,
Most men do.
but a
course
lot of
you
her
would.
critiques go against the black community. Like, you know what I mean? She says what I'm saying and what we're saying on this podcast, but she does it on a public platform.
Mhm.
And she happens to be aligned with a conservative media outlet like the Daily
Fox?
Wire.
Oh.
She's on the
She
Daily
on
Wire.
Fox?
So that's Ben Shapiro. I don't know.
Ben Shapiro be tweaking.
She works for the Daily Wire. That's Ben
Okay.
Shapiro. They're like a conservative
He's a nut.
media outlet. That's where I watched it because one of my friends is like a Republican. So he was like, "Yo,"
I love how you said that.
he showed me. He was like, "Yo, you got to watch this." Well, it wasn't me specifically. It was like me and my boy Max. And we were watching it, and you know, it was about the whole George Floyd thing, and like, you know, the way the media, the liberal media, flipped the whole George Floyd story. It's crazy. I knew some of it, but like George Floyd was not somebody who deserved to die. First off, he did not deserve to die.
Not deserve to die.
But
He shouldn't be martyred.
he shouldn't be martyred. The fact that that person is what brought the black community together, it's like, interesting. You know,
Was it
and-
that person
yeah,
or was it that situation?
and,
Yeah, I don't think
well,
it was a George
she
Floyd
went-
thing. I think
no, it's
it
not a
could've-
George Floyd thing. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Talking to the black minds. Why do I keep saying black? What is it? Lives matter. the BLM, like the BLM, like she kind of touched on where a lot of that money was going in that documentary, and she was showing how it was basically like this woman and like a community of her friends that have other foundations that like it was like, oh, the LGBTQ and blah blah blah, and like our money's going to like these people's foundations, and then she was breaking down like purchases from each person that owned these communities, and like it would be like yachts, jets, new house, this and that, blah blah blah. So it's
Ben's
like
truck.
so there's a lot of like, so I really do recommend it because I don't feel like I'm never going to align myself with one side without knowing the other side.
Recommend what?
That documentary, what's it called? I mean, if you look up Candace Owens, George Floyd on Google,
Is it
it'll come up.
on?
It's on the Daily Wire
Oh,
app.
okay.
I could I have a sign in I could give y'all. I don't. It's not mine, but you know, if I
okay.
tell him this is what it's for, he'd be like, "Oh yes, please convert." But and I'm not trying to convert anybody. I'm just saying like I think as black people we're so used to being told this is the way you're supposed to think, and then anybody who thinks otherwise is a coon and all this other shit that we label them. And it's like they say Candace Owens is a coon because she aligned with.
Do you think Candace Owens is a coon?
Well, to what I know of Candace Owens, mind you, I'm not big into politics.
Oh.
I'm not super big into politics. I don't consider her a coon because, again, I just think she's a black woman who is highly critical of the black community, and she gets a bad rap for that, obviously. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
It's so crazy.
That whole spiel you just gave.
She's over it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly,
nigga, I don't know
I'm
what
ready
the
to
fuck you're
drag
talking
you,
about.
but I'm not gonna.
But why?
That. Hold on, I'm
The
sorry.
whole spiel you just gave, like when the question was like, "What are we doing as Black people to?"
I was that was a separate tangent because we started.
No, but it kind
Talking
of
about
goes
Black
into
Minds
it kind of goes into your support of Candace Owens because
I'm
No,
not
no,
a
no,
supporter.
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
When you were asked, "What are we doing outside of this room to kind of get the Black community out of being lost or progression?" Your whole answer to that question was basically like being everything that Black people are, being everything opposite what black people are portrayed as. That's exactly what you said. That
Well,
is exactly what you said.
Well, essentially,
like,
you
I'm
also
not catching RICO charges. I'm not supporting Sexyy Red. Like,
I
and
didn't
it was
say
just
that.
like
I didn't say
everything.
that. I didn't. I
that
never said
black
I
people-
didn't support Sexyy Red. I've already said that.
But that was your answer.
I
Like,
acknowledge
I'm
that
not-
Sexyy Red needs to exist. I might not be a fan, but like I have no problem with her existing.
Yeah,
I don't have to support her.
So you were just, but to my point.
But yes,
is
like
that's what you were saying. And
well,
it-
what
and-
should what in like in response to what you're saying?
Mhm.
Should I live like a stereotype? I like
But
I
if you're, but that's the thing. Like you
I
think
started
that you're,
the
you think that you're progressing by not living like a
No,
stereotype.
I
that's
don't
not
think
unbreaking anything.
I don't think I'm progressing the black community. Like I said, I'm not an activist. I'm not trying to. I'm not actively
Clearly,
trying
you
to.
ain't trying.
Like right now, I'm not doing anything to progress the black community as a whole.
See,
I'm like,
and you know what?
But I acknowledge
instead
that.
of dragging you, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice.
drag me.
And I'm gonna give you some.
I gave you grace.
And I'm
You
gonna
said- yeah,
and
I
I'm gonna
gave
give you
grace.
some compliments. But your answer to that question could have been more like, I hold podcasts to bring black people together to talk about difficult topics. It could have been.
Yeah, but that's
I
not
am-
what I do.
it could've-
I'm not gonna. I'm
No,
not
no,
gonna fake
no,
the funk.
but you do. But you do.
But I don't.
And if you say that you don't,
I appreciate
and
you
you s-
trying to give me the
no,
credit.
no, no. And if you
but
say that you don't, you're discrediting yourself. That's all I'm gonna
Okay,
say.
thank you.
You can say that.
I'll
you
take
can
it
say
as a
that you do it through your music.
Okay.
Just community in general. Do you not? Like, I don't like. Okay.
Well, I mean, like, I keep saying black.
Jada came for the mess.
I
everybody.
kept.
I'm like-
Well, well, listen. I kept accidentally saying Black Minds Matter. Funny that you say that because 2020 we hosted a big show that was all about highlighting black creatives in our area.
Exactly.
So,
and
yes,
those are answers to your
I am a
question.
revolutionary.
Not
Thank you,
being
Asia.
everything but the stereotype.
Yes, I made Periwinkle Blue at 20, and I hosted Black Minds Matter in 2020, an event for black people. So one could argue I am the most influential black man on the planet.
Okay. Pushing it.
Hit like if you agree.
That's how you're gonna end this.
No, I'm not done. I'm not done.
all
We
right,
just
I'm like,
we
yeah.
super dragged on this topic.
You wanted it, nigga. This was your topic.
Well, we kept going. I was trying to, I
So
was
then
going
how about
around
we
the
move
table
on?
wrapping it up.
Wrap it up,
But-
Dan.
minutes for the other topic.
Yeah, let's.
Wrap it up, Dan.
But no, I think I know where I'm going with the next episode then. Okay, so okay, well, we had a lot to talk about on this. Asia, I think I thank you for
checking.
holding
For
hold
dragging
all
me.
of us accountable because that's why I want people with different perspectives. You're black women. You're always going to have a different perspective than us. You know what I'm saying? How I was just
Not
saying how
always.
we're
Not always.
I was just saying how we're never on the same page. We ideally
Not always.
idealistically, we are very different people. Like maybe you and me, maybe not as much. You and Maalik definitely are. So like I need that type of
I don't think they are. They just were having a heart to heart.
you
in
and
the car.
Kayshawn definitely too.
She
Like
just
I
agreed
need,
with. She just agreed with me.
Yeah, okay, but like
Yeah. All of your statements are
if you're
falling
both
apart.
saying
Yeah,
saying the
it's
sky is
not
blue,
hitting.
if you're both saying the sky is blue, you therefore agree. That doesn't mean you're idealistically
Everybody's
the same
going to
people.
be different, VJ. Which is why everybody at the table is different.
Okay, but like idealistically speaking, you guys are very different. Come from different sides.
But
of the
we were
fence.
able to
So-
agree on something.
Yes. That doesn't mean you're idealistically the
Yeah.
same thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can agree. This food is good. Yes, I agree. Does that mean like the Democrats and Republicans should now get along? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
No, because the way I see life and the way Asia probably see life are completely different. We
that's
talk.
what being idealistically different means.
Okay, congrats. But what I'm getting at though is, okay, you got it, VJ.
Love is in the air. I don't know. Is it?
All right.
Um,
You wrapping this up?
love is in the air.
Bombastic side.
Criminal.
I've noticed a lot of people are starting to get married nowadays. No black people, right? Some blacks.
Shout out David Jones.
Shout out to David Jones Jr., my nigga. Feel me? First black man of my friends that was married.
Very telling.
I mean,
Very-
we're young, so.
And how many other people you know that are young and getting
The rest of the people we know.
yeah. Come on, let's talk
Well,
about it.
more people are starting to get married nowadays.
VJ's next.
Love to hear it, man. Real shit.
You proposed.
Are you guys
You did
Yeah.
propose.
You proposed?
are you guys starting to feel the FOMO?
Yeah.
You guys
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Let's talk about it. Why you ain't got a nigga?
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
That's funny.
Why don't I have a nigga?
I'm coming for you next too, Asia. Yeah. Prep your answer.
I think I don't have a nigga because I have sense.
Wait, whoa.
Period.
Whoa.
That part.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That part.
no, you
That
gotta let her
part.
cook. You gotta
That
let her
part.
cook.
Let
You
her
gotta
cook.
What the fuck is you talking about?
Let her land. Let her land.
Come on, chef.
She ain't going to land.
Nah, she might have ate y'all up.
Nigga, you want that too? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I got sense.
I mean,
Hold on.
I'm at a point in my life right now where not only that, but I have been so comfortable in my solitude, and I am okay with that until the right person comes along and is an addition to my life and is not taking away from my peace, taking away from the life that I created for myself, the image that I have of myself. I'm okay with being alone until that person comes along.
That was beautiful.
My turn.
Thank you.
So, quick question for you.
Sure.
Let him address her real quick.
No.
Asia,
no,
prepare
no,
yourself.
no,
I'm.
no. Yeah.
she didn't say anything at all. Okay, go ahead.
I want to see what he says.
Yeah.
I'm curious, Maalik,
So basically, you're saying you don't have a nigga because you don't have sense, right?
because I
Don't
do
you
have
know,
sense.
Coach? She does have sense.
She
She has
does.
a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Don't you have to talk to niggas for the right one to come around?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That is not true. That is not true. A man can approach her and just be that nigga,
Cool, right?
the right one.
Then how will she know if that's not going to disturb her peace or ruin the lifestyle that she made for herself? She has to experience something to know that that's not going to be the case for her. Do you know what the crazy thing is? Cool, right?
It can come natural, Maalik.
shit.
It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to like be like a whole scene and stuff like that where we touched hands when we picked up this book. No, it can actually come natural where she's in a point of her
Well, I
life
hope that's how
where
me, my
she can
husband.
be chilling.
Picking up
Guess
a
what?
pen.
And then
You
out
ready?
of nowhere, someone comes in her life where she's not even looking for something,
Mhm.
but then it's just a natural like build of
Cool, right?
love.
So watch this. You agree with this? Take the mic back. You agree with this? Yes or no?
Yeah, here it go.
Fresh and Fit podcast.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Simple
I'm
question.
about to walk off.
Listen,
Yes or no? That's it. Yes or no? Do you agree?
No, she might have more to say than yes or no.
I know. Can I talk?
Yeah. Give her the floor for real.
I understand what he's saying, and I get what you're trying to say. But the thing is that I never said I wasn't open to talking to someone. I never said that I wasn't open to dating. But the thing is, I can date, and at any point in my dating journey, I could say, this isn't for me. I don't want to date you. This is not it.
Okay. So
So-
then when will you feel the pressure then? You're
When will I
never
feel
gonna
the pressure to get married?
Yeah.
It's the pressure to get married, and maybe you could help me with this too, Asia.
She said, bitch, get over here.
No.
Yeah, please help.
I need you, bitch.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But she's the only other woman here. But what I'm saying is that the pressure has been on for years for women.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Y'all got a clock?
after maybe 20. Okay. Maybe after 21, 22 even, when you come home from college and you're at functions, where's your boyfriend? You're not dating?
That's just our
But no,
parents.
No,
you know what I'm
for
saying?
women, that's the case.
That's literally our reality.
They have a timeline.
So imagine me feeling like a teenager in a 28-year-old body. I clearly still feel like a teenager. I still feel like young in a lot of ways.
Preach.
And you're talking about marriage.
That's just nuts.
Marriage is crazy.
Yeah,
like
they going around talking about, oh, we gonna get like that's not real. That's like
Like-
you're asking me. You're asking me when I'm gonna fly. You're literally asking me when I'm gonna fly.
That sounds crazy, VJ. But go ahead. I'll
Yeah.
let you finish. Yeah, and then she gonna read her.
Well,
I'm gonna read you.
Well, hold
good.
on. I want to get to
Read
Asia.
me.
Keep
Read me.
quiet in the
Read
corner.
me.
She.
Let
No,
this
I gotta get to her. I gotta get to her.
Let it
wait,
fester.
wait a minute. Now wait a minute.
Asia
I
duck
spoke
in
a
the.
lot last time.
So I'm gonna
Yeah, you did.
so I'm gonna talk about you and the nigga behind you that want to just pop in and pop out and
Okay.
shit. So for your point, JP,
JP, you want to take my seat? I have nothing to say on this matter. I have
Yes,
nothing
you
to
do.
say.
Yes,
No,
you
I
do.
don't.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
no,
you
I
do.
don't. I have
Yes, you
no
do.
plans on
Yes, you
getting
do.
married.
You do.
Soon.
Ever?
Soon. Ever, yes.
Ever? You never want to get married?
I do want to get married.
Okay,
I don't want to
cool.
get married soon.
How you know?
Okay.
Yeah, but you just said
If
you
the
had
oppor-
something to say about him saying that it's like.
Oh,
a
well, yeah.
lie.
JP can take my spot real
well,
quick.
let me
though.
just address JP, right?
Okay.
So yeah, it could be natural, right? And oh my God, it's just so beautiful, right? So cool. Just say you naturally find a girl and you really like her for her, right? How about she then say to you, you know what? I think I would like to have a second boyfriend. You're gonna drop that bitch immediately, aren't you?
Why she gotta be a bitch?
I think I've lost
I
you.
feel like
here.
girls.
Yeah.
I feel like girls don't
was so
usually
left
like to
field.
share.
No,
It's mostly
what I'm
so
saying,
left It's mostly guys
So
that
let me
like to
rephrase it, right?
Yeah.
How about she says something to you? You're going steady for like 4 months, right? And then all of a sudden she says, you know what? XYZ, and you don't like shit like that.
That's fine.
You gonna stay with her or you gonna drop her?
If I'm mature enough to handle that,
Are you
type-
gonna drop her?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, right?
Yes.
So it doesn't matter if it happens naturally, right?
But at
you
least
had, but you had
but I'm
sense.
trying. I'm
It is.
actively
But you had-
trying though.
You're trying. You
I'm
have to
actively
try.
pursuing to find something that makes me comfortable.
And what was her
happy,
original statement?
That
She doesn't deal with niggas because she has sense. She has to deal with
because
niggas.
a lot of niggas
She
are
has
immature.
to
They
deal
don't
with
have a-
niggas.
They don't.
She has to
A
deal with
lot of-
She
niggas.
said
lot-
she doesn't have a man because she has sense. She didn't say she doesn't deal with niggas.
Yeah.
because she has
She
She
said
did
she-
say
The
that.
question was,
I asked her
Yeah.
why you don't got a
why you don't
nigga.
have a man.
And she said she-
Not
'cause she
why
has
you're
sense.
not
And
dating
her
niggas.
statement to his question was, I don't deal with men because I have sense currently. I have peace.
didn't hear that.
I have stability. I have this life that I created.
Yeah, we're gonna run it
I
back.
hear that.
We'll fact
I'm a
check it in
little
the
play
edit.
that. Yeah, VAR.
I don't
The
understand what you're
point
saying.
is, you have to deal with whatever gender you want to deal with to understand that that's the person you have to be with.
Well, she
You're
said
gonna
she
have
was
to see
open.
the
She said she was open to it.
Yeah, she was open.
because I said to her, you have to deal with people to understand that
You
that's
don't
the
have
person
to
you're
deal with anybody you don't want to deal with.
If they don't match your criterias, you don't have to deal with them. It's not like this has to be my person.
I
No.
think what he's trying to say, yeah.
Please,
His anger interpreter-
Explain what he's trying to say, because I don't get it.
You have
anger
to deal
interpreter-
with
I don't get it.
people
What he's-
to understand
You have
what
to
you want.
Yeah, what you
Yes.
like and shit. Yeah.
Yes.
Trial and error
And
type
she
of
said
thing.
she's open to that, right?
And
You're not gonna know who's going to ruin your peace or who can keep your peace if you don't deal with
And
them.
she said the second that she gets that inkling of, oh, he's ruining my peace, she doesn't want to deal with it.
That's fine. That's okay. But what I'm saying to her is, before Captain Save Him came out the background, was that you have to deal with people, regardless of you having sense or not having sense.
But it-
Yes, you do.
But because the fact she has sense, she'll see the red flags and shit like that, and she'll know how to.
And
move
guess what?
accordingly.
As a person said to me earlier today, sometimes people will lie to themselves and be like, know what? It's okay. I'm going to keep dealing with this person because sometimes the dick game just too
You can deal
good.
with
He
them, but you
got
don't
too
have to
much
commit
money.
to them.
Huh?
You can deal with them, but you don't have to commit to them. This is
All
not.
right,
this
all right.
is
Y'all
not-
are 1v1ing right now. Let me, yeah. Yeah.
1v1 almost.
Asia, where your nigga at?
Jesus Christ, just outright? Okay.
You're a pretty lady. What's going on?
Yeah, I know your family
At the
be over
bookstore.
there. Over there. When I'm going to see some grandkids. I know the grandkids question is.
I don't have a man. I don't have one right now. I'm taking a break from dating.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay over there.
Are you
He's trying to find
inquiring?
out for himself. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Talk to my man
You,
JP.
yeah, y'all niggas hiring?
He said, where the application at?
I
My
don't
man's
know.
application.
I think just until I feel ready.
Are y'all starting
Kinda
to
like-
feel that like kind of FOMO? Maybe not Jada. I feel like I believe her when she says that. I don't know about you. Yeah. Do you feel like I'm sure you have a friend or two that engaged, married, maybe?
No, I'm definitely not feeling the FOMO of. I'm definitely not feeling the FOMO of being like engaged, married, not even kids.
Yeah.
Like
If it ain't Kingdom Hearts,
None of
don't.
it.
certainly not kids.
Yeah, certainly
Certainly.
not
No,
kids.
definitely not
I'm
kids.
like
Fuck
through
them
and through
kids.
an auntie, and I fully understand the responsibility of children.
Mhm.
Don't need it right now. In terms of like marriage and engagement, I don't know.
Would you say you're more of a free
I think-
spirit?
No, not even a free spirit. Like I want monogamy. I want one man for
okay.
the rest of my life.
Good for you.
100%. But I think now that I'm older, I see I see the reality of so many relationships. So many relationships. Like I'm talking about the women in my family. I'm talking about the women who I'm friends with, that I might have grown up with. And they are
Not happy.
She's shaking
yeah.
the
They're
hell out
not
of her head.
happy.
Like there are a lot.
They're
there
not
are
happy.
so many people who are not happy, and then I just kind of have to think to
They
myself,
settled.
like, yeah,
They
like,
settled.
like, do I want to settle?
Who y'all talking about?
Do I want to do I want to settle? Do I want to just like not be happy and have someone,
Yeah.
or
Mm.
do
Find
I
your
want to like
person.
would I rather just be by myself? Like Jada said, like my solitude is everything. Like I've literally created a space.
Yeah.
In my
You're not
life.
gonna
Just
come
you-
over here and disturb
like-
this piece, nigga.
You and your plans, right?
Right. Yeah. Me and my plants. Yeah. And I'm talking about like created a space, kind of like in terms of just like myself, right? Because I travel a lot. So it's not even like a space like physically, but literally like created a space of solitude. Where it's just like if somebody comes in and they're not like in addition, like if they're not enhancing, it's just it doesn't feel worth it to me. It's just it's stress that I
What would
don't need.
what would an addition look like to you?
Like an enhancement?
Yeah.
Whew.
Like what can a nigga give you that you can already give yourself?
That's a tough question because I
It
really
is
don't.
hard. Yeah.
And I feel like that's why the dating
I
like
feel
the pool
like-
is chopped
well-
because
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
See, you know,
But I think-
kind of how we were talking
But I think
about.
it's like enhancement, like not necessity, but enhancement. So I say
that's what I'm saying. Like
enhancement-
what can he give you
I
to
would-
to make your life
It's
I would say
better?
intangible.
like
The
I would say
term
like a
intangible.
healthy.
enhancement means add on.
Can I?
Not.
Yeah, well, yeah. Can we let Asia answer?
I'm.
Go ahead.
I'm a-
Go ahead.
Keep what you have to say in the back of your mind.
I'm gonna give some examples of what enhancement will look like to me. I think enhancement would be like companionship, like really fun companionship, trusting companionship. I would say,
Security.
I would say security and like ease.
Security.
What
Like
do you
for
mean by
example,
that?
if there's somebody who was like,
Yeah.
if there was
Like,
a guy who was
There
like,
you go.
Yeah.
I feel like if I had a guy who like filled up my gas tank every time it was empty, like that would be an enhancement to my life. Like things that I don't have to think about that just make my life easier. Like I never have to get in my car and worry that it doesn't have gas or that it's not working or that I need my oil changed or things like that. So like that's an example, an enhancement.
okay.
What you asking me?
What you were
The
trying to back of your
question-
head. You had something.
Well,
to
I
say.
answer the question too, but you know,
What was the question again?
come on now. What was the question again? Is crazy.
No, you were answering his question earlier.
What's
up
when
with
he
the
was like, hold
engagement?
it.
All right.
I feel like
okay.
You were
The
explaining enhancements.
engagement?
you're. Well, you know, we're talking about getting married, right? You're probably the closest to it
Oh
at the
shit.
table.
You.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
No.
You.
That was a crazy
Maalik?
segue.
You.
He just
How?
threw you. Yeah. You're probably no. You are no. You.
How?
Now y'all won't be wanting.
Who's closer?
You are in theory.
You've been with her longer.
You're moved. You're
You live
living with your
together.
person though.
You've been with her.
You're already.
Nigga live there.
You're already role playing. You're
No,
already
no, no.
role
Yeah,
playing.
like you know what I mean. Having
Role-playing.
sharing a space with somebody like that. Like these are taking like the necessary steps.
Yeah, you've already taken.
Like you
the
know what I
step.
mean.
That's not.
If they had their own place, that
That's
would.
not, that shouldn't be the. So, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But like whether y'all live together or if they've been together long, it shouldn't really matter based off.
So what holds priority? Like, okay, so right, hold on.
Moving in with somebody is a big deal.
Hold on,
JP.
hold on.
Yeah, newsflash, buddy.
It's
Who,
a very-
where do y'all think a woman is going to be more likely to be like, nigga, what's up? When you've been together for like a year and a half, or
A year and a half's not.
when you've lived together for a year?
Yeah, but don't say year and a half. You being disingenuous.
That is on the books. Not, I'm actually being more generous because the half, I'm giving the half more. So on the books, it's been a year, and then living together. Which one? Let's say you're in that. Both of you are in that role. You're the woman who, you're in the relationship that's like, you're in the relationship that's been you've been with the guy for a year, but you've talked for more than that, like 3 more years before that. So 4 years in total, and then you are the girl who lives with the man for a year. Which one of y'all do you think is going to be the first one to be like, nigga, what's next? You know what I mean?
Or you just give
Well,
them two different
I
situations?
personally think,
Well,
and I guess I'm talking about Asia's, thing about living with someone.
Mm-hmm.
I think that when you live with a man, it's harder to get that commitment from him because he's already
Interesting.
and you guys can touch on it because you're men.
No,
but,
what do you mean?
No,
Like,
that's
Just like he
interesting.
said,
take.
just like he
That's-
said that we're role
Because-
playing.
well, because you're role playing. You're already doing the things. Like, I'm sure she's cooking for you. She's keeping the house up. She's doing the wifely things. So it's like, if you're comfortable in that space living with somebody, it's practically like we're
Basically,
committed. We're
yeah.
committed. Like, why do you need a ring? Why do you need that?
Why do you need a ring? It's
Why,
crazy.
like, you know what I mean? So I
I'm
think,
doing everything else? Okay. No,
but I think in
hear you.
regards to what you said to me about being with someone for a year, talking to them 3 years prior, no, I wouldn't be pressed for a marriage at that point. But I think anything past a few years, and marriage is what you want, you gotta do something about it. Whether leave
Any
It's
thoughts?
showtime.
or don't.
I feel like a lot of people are also just like not dating with intention.
I want to
That
hear
too?
what she says about it.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Okay.
What do you think?
okay.
If
About
you
the,
agree
like,
with the same sentiment, like you
about
can,
the like comparison question.
yeah.
I don't know, because sometimes I even question if like I want to get married. Like I kind of feel like it's a case by case basis,
Mhm.
and a lot of even like what I was saying about having seen other women in, like these marriages and things like that. Marriage is a financial contract, right? So, and if we look at like statistically the way that Black men's finances are right now,
Speak to it.
yeah, no, and it's not
a lot of niggas are down bad.
yeah, and it's not even a drag, but I think like the
It's true.
average for Black men is like $52,000 a year. Like,
I don't think it's
46.
even that high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 46.
so I
Kevin
like.
Samuels. Yeah.
I don't
Godfather
know.
was
I don't
going
know if I can
crazy
really
on him.
put a timeline on marriage. I think that there are just so many factors that go into marriage right now for me, outside of a length of time or like a place of residence.
It's a lot.
But yeah, I think maybe having lived with somebody, you might be more inclined to. But if you're somebody who just doesn't want to get married, that won't even matter. So, yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, I mean, that's that.
Do you guys
So-
want to get married?
I said I
yeah.
did already.
I was trying to end the
Do you
episode.
no?
yeah.
No, are
And
you
that-
guys feeling the pressure to
No.
get
Absolutely
engaged?
not.
or
Because
get
men
married
aren't
at
on
this
a clock.
point?
Like, my mom's not over here. When I see you walking down the aisle, she doesn't.
Well, you're gonna get those questions sometimes. My mom
It's
personally
not
doesn't
from,
give
yeah.
me.
It's
My
not
mom does not give me those questions.
into the mic.
Oh, JP about it.
Yeah. Thank
Wait,
you.
what do you mean traditional?
Like he doesn't come from a traditional
Bastards. Yeah.
like husband wife and stuff like that. Because like we talked about this before, a lot of black couples, get kids out of wedlock and stuff like that, and they're just never fully committed. It's just that kid that's keeping them together, and that's kind of like
No, I mean it's
that
true.
should-
How
that
many?
should- that should-
How
that
many
should
of
never
your
be the case?
friends' parents were married at one point, or your parents?
My parents are married.
Your parents were
My
married.
parents,
Trying to think of
my
my
parents had
friends'
me out of
parents.
wedlock.
Your mom was.
My parents were married. No, they were married for like over 20 years. I think
Your
my
parents were married?
friends,
Yeah.
their parents weren't
Oh,
married.
Mhm.
Mine?
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've seen marriage in the home, and
Yeah, and it's always miserable.
Is it though?
I don't think it's miserable. I just
Most
think
of the
it's,
most of the
Would you say your
examples I
parents are
have in my
happy?
family.
Would you say your parents are happy?
Huh?
Because
What'd you
like,
say now?
I don't know.
because if like you know what I mean, if you saw
lived
love
on
growing
Reddit.
up, like I think your idea would be a lot different. Like you know what I mean, and you're just on the fence. You're like, oh, I don't even know
Wait,
if I see
you
myself.
said you
there.
don't know if your parents are happy?
I don't know. I don't really know if that's something that I want to discuss.
Isn't your sister married?
But
No,
we have to understand that like happiness can't always be forever in marriages and stuff like that. There are gonna be
Rough
real
times.
lows and like real highs,
Peaks and
you just-
valleys.
yeah, so you can't just expect like, oh, if I'm gonna get married, I want to be absolutely happy with them. You're not. You're
People
gonna
have
run into
unrealistic
issues,
dating standards
financial,
today.
with your
Mhm.
kids,
Mhm.
like commitments and stuff like that.
Mhm.
He might cheat, she might cheat. all types of stuff. No, honestly,
He's right, though.
These
It's
things
true.
occurred.
You never know.
And like, it's just like, if
And people take them back. Look at
Yeah.
Molly's parents from Insecure.
even like a lot of celebrities, like Will and Jada, you feel me?
And you see how it
it's
destroyed her.
madness.
yeah,
You see how it destroyed Molly.
but she was dragging it. Like
She wasn't dragging.
she was over there not talking to her dad. It's like, bitch, this was 15 years ago. Why are you dragging it?
Nah, yeah.
Pop, I thought you were different. No, I'm a nigga. I got a penis. What you talking about? I stepped out on your mom one time. It happened. Move on. Nah, just speaking from her dad's perspective, she was getting me tight with that whole arc. Like,
I agree with that only because
It'll
I feel
change your
like
perspective on men.
He'd
her
walk in
mom,
the room,
her mom
"How you
forgave,
doing, Molly?"
her mom forgave her dad. Like, I understand being upset about it. I understand processing those emotions, but to ignore both of your parents for as long as she did, and to just whatever deal with things.
yeah,
you want to
wasn't
deal
she
with
mad
them.
at her mom too?
She
for,
was
like,
mad at her
taking
mom. She
back?
didn't talk to her mom.
For
all that
forgiving
stuff.
the dad.
But your mom forgave the dad. Like,
Molly, you are a hypocrite
I don't know.
because she was over there messing with a married man. Oh,
Dro.
it's okay, but like, you were a part of the mess too.
Yeah, she was.
Like-
But they had an open relationship.
It doesn't
They did.
matter.
They
It
did.
doesn't matter.
They had
It's
an
still
open
your.
They set the
relationship.
boundaries.
Yeah.
If they set the boundaries, then they can.
It was different
Free reign.
guidelines.
But she
It
was
different
also like
guidelines.
uncomfortable about it. It was like a weird situation. I don't know.
Yeah, but you know
That's
what?
how
I think
girls
that
are.
also is
They
kind of
get
like what
jealous.
fucks me
They
up
don't like to
about.
share.
Wait, you
About-
watched? You finished it?
Yeah.
You're out of control.
I'm the only
because-
one that hasn't watched it.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
you finished. Oh, you did. 'Cause- yeah, I do.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that. I do remember
Nah.
that. I do remember. Okay, yeah, we were
Just for
talking
me to
about
hate
it.
the black
yeah.
community more. No, I'm good.
okay.
What'd you say?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna do.
What?
He hates the black community. That's what he said.
All right. Well, we going back to
We
topic
know
one.
that. Yeah.
Well, let me close this out. An hour and 25 minutes. Do you need more time to talk? What do we need?
Oh, he's enjoying the episode.
You got more to say?
Oh no!
Do
I
you
had a
wanna get
point.
married?
I had a
Yeah,
point.
she was.
times you
Asia
gonna
was
ask
talking. Asia
I
was
had something
talking.
to say. I had something to say. Back
Okay.
to the whole how we were talking about the whole Molly thing. I think that's where adults, parents in particular.
And we're nowhere near their age in the show.
Yeah, no, exactly. But I think that's where adults, and we can keep this in mind when we become parents. I feel like parents a lot of times they think that I think that they underestimate the way that their decisions affect their children.
Yeah.
Or like how you guys were like, Molly was
Preach.
dragging it. And it's like, no, your daughter is allowed to be upset about that. It doesn't matter if you forgave it or not. It affects her. So to say that Molly was dragging it is like, no, and I think that
I
think
was,
that a
from
lot
a
of-
character perspective, I was getting tired of seeing that
I
type
think-
of television. I was just like, okay,
Yeah,
let's move on.
No, but I think
But
that
in
it was,
real
I think
life,
that it
I'd be
was-
like,
I
okay,
think
I
that it
get
was
it.
reality because like
It is real, yeah.
Yeah, like realistically, if
It's a
something
grounded
happens
show.
between your parents, you're allowed to feel some type of way about it for however long you want to feel about it. And I think that acting like a kid doesn't feel the effects of your relationship is just it's just not realistic to me at all. Mm-mm.
You know, I always say that she reminds me of Issa and you remind me of Molly.
Molly?
Yeah.
You might be the Molly. You might be. Yeah.
Do you
might
like
be,
that, or do you
No,
don't like that?
Molly's a hot. I love Yvonne Origi, but Molly's
Yeah.
character is a fucking mess.
I thought it was Yvonne Orgy.
Huh?
I thought it was Yvonne Orgy.
Oh, I thought it was Origi.
Yeah, some African
It's
shit.
Yvonne.
It is Yvonne, but I think it's Orgy.
No.
It's Orji.
No, it's O-R-I-J-I.
Oh, Origi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. I mean, we could fact check it
Oh, okay, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
because I know I'm not wrong.
this has been a stimulating conversation. I'm the moderator. I don't, get involved in the topics, but
I do not answer
That's
questions.
interesting though, VJ,
Peasants.
because I feel like
And guess what? Once you watch the episode and see that you didn't answer, she's gonna beat your ass.
who are you talking
Yeah.
about?
What was that?
Oh, it's Orgy.
Oh, okay.
wow.
I thought so.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah. Come on now.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Orgy.
Yeah.
JP, yeah, it's gonna happen just like that.
Yeah, so we thank you guys for watching. This has been a long one, but hopefully you're tapped in. I'll put timestamps so you guys can skip around if you don't want to listen to the whole conversation. But the whole conversation is it's good. I feel like we've touched each other.
Whoa.
It's
We
giving
did.
Negroes.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Kumbaya,
Friends,
my lord.
how many of us have them? We are friends.
Cousin.
Look at you. Look at you. You're not even. He's so.
We
He is the
are
crab in the barrel.
friends.
He is the crab in the barrel.
I'm a fire
Yeah.
Malik just for that.
Yeah. This is what's wrong with the black community. Yeah. Answer, Malik. Thanks for watching the Slandering Table. Hit that like button, subscribe, comment, all that. We will be back. We're trying to hit you every week. So make sure you hit the bell and, get notified when we drop videos and whatnot. Feels good to be back. We're potting. We are potting. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.